Good evening. What an amazing night. I mean, this dais is amazing. How about the food? The food was amazing. So shout out to our celebrity chef who whipped it up this afternoon, Shohei Ohtani. And for those of you who are driving home on the FDR, the potholes have been repaired, courtesy of Shohei Ohtani. The guy does it all. You know, the late, great sports writer Roger Angell once told me that he actually saw Babe Ruth play. Saw him walking around Manhattan in his camel hair coat. And I was like, wow. I mean, that is baseball mythology, right? That's seeing a legend in the making. Well, our generation, we have a legend in the making with Shohei Ohtani. Just want to give you a couple of numbers here because there is no one like Shohei, never has been. 55 home runs he hit, and he had a 2.87 ERA. Crazy. 202 balls he hit 100 miles an hour or more, the most in Major League Baseball. And he threw 39 pitches 100 miles an hour, second most among starting pitchers. Crazy. 3 straight MVPs unanimously. Before that, no one had done it more than once. I can go on with these numbers because you can't even get them on PlayStation, folks. They're impressive, but what's even more impressive is the person that Shohei is. The word that comes to mind for me is respect. Respect for the game, respect for the opposition, respect for the umpires, for the fans, for competition. As parents, you can feel good about buying your kid a Shohei jersey. Heck, we know you can buy one for yourself too, right? There really is no one like him. So when I tell you he's a generational legend in the making, it's not hyperbole. And I think someday you can look back and you will tell people that you saw Shohei play. I'm not sure if we'll see anything again, but enjoy it. Don't ever get used to what we are seeing, folks. No more than you would get used to seeing the Grand Canyon. It's that special. It's my honor to present a guy who does it all, and I'm sure he can even rock a camel hair coat. Your 2025 National League Most Valuable Player, Shohei Ohtani.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate the introduction and kind words. BBWAA, thank you once again for hosting this great event and always making us feel welcomed. Congrats on your 101st gala. To all the writers who voted for me, thank you. This MVP award is very meaningful, and winning it again means so much to me. A deep appreciation goes out to all of you writers for recognizing the hard work and efforts that were put forth in achieving this NL MVP award. To my fellow recipients, congratulations to all of you and your achievements, especially to the 86 Mets team. I now know the feeling of what it's like to become a world champion, and it's great. So congrats on your 40th anniversary. Thank you to the Dodgers organization for believing in me and embracing my vision. To owner Mark Walter, who is here tonight, and the rest of the ownership group, the entire front office, especially Andrew Friedman and Ron Rosen also attending. To all my teammates and the coaching staff for helping and encouraging me throughout the year. I felt your support every day. A huge shout out to the entire Dodgers staff behind the scenes, especially Al Garcia, who is also here tonight. I appreciate you all. To my support group, starting with my agent, Nes Valero, I appreciate all you do, and his wife Liz here tonight as well. To CAA, especially Matt Hidaka for your support, Julia White, Anya, Kali, and the rest of the circle. Lastly, my family in Japan, and most importantly, to my loving wife Mamiko, and my daughter and Decoy, for making my life whole. I appreciate you always being there for me. Thank you.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here tonight to present Paul with the National League Cy Young. First, I just want to say congratulations to the Dodgers for winning the World Series last year, and not to disrespect anybody, but this is for the Yankee executives, Mets executives. Let's please bring the World Series trophy back to New York. This is where it belongs. But I know we don't have much time, so I'm not going to read off all his stats. It would take all night. But for him, winning Rookie of the Year last year with all the hype coming out of LSU was a great accomplishment. And I might be a little biased being a former pitcher, but it's a lot of fun. Like when the Mets and Yankees plays and certain pitchers pitch, you mark those dates down. So with him, I would mark down on every fifth day that he's pitching to watch the starts. And then they come back the next year, they talk about, we're supposed to have the sophomore jinx. He had a better second year than he did his first year to win the Cy Young. And not only that, but to start the All-Star game your rookie year, and then come back the second year and start the All-Star game, and he's probably going to start the All-Star game again this year. And I am aware that March 26th, he'd probably be starting against the New York Mets at Citi Field. I'll be rooting for him, but I'll be rooting for him to pitch well, but hopefully not win that game. But in closing, I must say, you follow pitchers, and a lot of guys talk about, records are made to be broken. But I'm one of those guys that I don't like for my records to be broken. So I'm saying that to say that when your ERA dropped under 1, got to like 1.96, I got a little pang. So I was rooting for him to win, but I wanted him to win 2-1 instead of, the shutouts. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 National League Cy Young winner, Paul Skenes.
As cool as the award is, I think that's probably the coolest thing about tonight, getting to get introduced by Doc Gooden. That's pretty cool. First, I want to say thank you to the Writers Association for this event. Put together a great event last year. It's a great event now. Baseball would not be where it is without you all, so thank you. This award is equally mine as it is everybody who's poured time and energy into me. I would be up here talking for a very long time if I got to, mention everybody that had an effect on me throughout my career. But so those of you who are in my corner, you know who you are, and thank you very much for that. To my family, thank you for being my foundation. Growing up, baseball is the only sport I've ever played, and it's pretty much the only thing that I've, been passionate about for 23 years now. So the early mornings, the long drives, the tough conversations that we've had, and the constant support, thank you. You taught me how to work, how to stay grounded, and how to never take any of this for granted. So thank you. To my teammates, this is a team game. This game is impossible to do alone. You make me better with the work that you do every day and playing with me for 162 games. My biggest goal every day is for my work to make you all better the same way that you make me better. I can't have any success without you competing behind me and having my back. I mean it when I say that this award is equally as much yours as it is mine. And everybody else in my corner, everybody else on my team, thank you. On my team, all my trainers, all my coaches, chefs, everything. Thank you. Like I said, you know who you are. And let's keep pushing. Obviously, there's been some time since I won the award and now, so I've had some time to think. And with this being the Baseball Writers Association of America's event, I've had some time to think about what writers mean to this game and what they have meant to me. They have a very interesting job. They come into the clubhouse every day and ask you questions, whether you played well or poorly. And a lot of the times they ask you questions that make you think about yourself. And one thing that I've thought about a fair amount, but based on some of the questions they've asked me, is what I would want to say to the young players and the fans out there. And so to whoever's watching, I want to say this: no matter where you come from, no matter how long the road feels, no matter how many times you hear "not yet" or "not possible," keep going. Bet on your work, trust the process, and don't let anyone else define your ceiling. I'm here right now because I don't understand the word "can't." Thank you all. This is an honor that I'll never forget.
First, I'd like to congratulate everyone up on the dais for a great 2025 season. And I'd also like to thank the New York chapter of the BBWAA for giving me this opportunity to introduce a guy that I've had the pleasure of coaching for the last 5 years, Tarik Skubal. By this point, the world knows about the tall lefty that grew up in a small town in Arizona, had one scholarship offer out of high school, got drafted in the 9th round because he had Tommy John the year before, and then made his major league debut in 2020 with no fans in the stands. Nothing was given to Tarik. He has earned everything he's been given in this game, and his work ethic is second to none, with a personality to match. As a coach, the best kind of cultures are player-led. And when your best players are your hardest workers, it holds everyone accountable. We are fortunate to have Tarik as an example for our clubhouse. He embodies AJ's saying of everything matters. He's worked his way from a hard thrower who put up 100 pitches through just 4 innings to the best strike artist in our game. Efficiency in both the delivery and pitch count, refining pitches, game planning, holding the running game, PFP, sleep, recovery, everything matters to him. And that is rubbed off on our entire staff. He cares about people, his teammates, his family, and winning. The Detroit media probably gets tired with his answers post-game, but it will always come back to whether he gave his team a chance to win. It would be easy for him to be boastful, conceited, or have his personality change with these last 2 awards, but that's just not in his DNA. He's the first to deflect credit and spread praise to his teammates, usually his catchers. Little story here. For those that may not know, Jake Rogers, one of our catchers, caught every single one of his starts in 24. Caught the first few this year, and then pulled an oblique an hour before a game. And it thrust our young, now Gold Glover, Dylan Dingler, who was a rookie at the time. He got thrust in catching Skubal an hour before the game. He's never caught Skubal in a regular season game. You see the anxiousness in Ding's face, having never caught him. And he, Scoob, in his typical fashion, quick quip, he said, "You know these hitters, Ding, all right? You know how I pitch. If I get crushed, then I'm probably missing my spot, all right? But if I'm hitting my spot and I get crushed, you're calling the wrong pitches." And that, he let that out with a typical Scoob belly laugh, and he did not care about himself in that moment. He was just worried about Ding and whatever it takes to take the pressure off Ding. Just a little microcosm of who Skubal is. And it's no surprise that as his career and performance have taken off, so has our teams. He's led us to back-to-back postseason bursts, and he has reinvigorated a great baseball city in Detroit. We're so thrilled to have him as a part of the entire organization. As great as Tarik has been the last 2 years, can you believe he's done it with 2 boys under 2 years old? His wife, Jess, is a saint, and so is Tarik, though. He makes sure that family is a big part of his life, and we will be the best example for his 2 young sons. I know our other assistant pitching coaches, Juan and Robin, will back me up here, but Tarik, thank you for letting us coach you. You challenge us daily and have made us better in the process. And finally, there have been many records and milestones made by Tarik the last 2 years, a lot of stats, but I thought this one put it really into perspective. In the history of the game, there have been 23 pitchers to win multiple Cy Youngs. There have been 12 of those to win them back-to-back years. 4 of those were lefties. You have Sandy Koufax, Randy Johnson, Clayton Kershaw, and your 2025 Cy Young Award winner, Tarik Skubal.
Appreciate those words, Pat. The only thing I don't appreciate are mound visits. And it's not because of what you guys think, it's because his height he makes me feel pretty small when I'm out there, and I don't like feeling small when I'm on the mound. But thank you for everything, seriously. Thank you and good evening. First off, I'd like to express what an incredible privilege it is to share the stage with the caliber of players up here tonight. I'm humbled to be a part of this group and know the greatness from everyone up here is part of what pushes me to be the best version of myself every time I take the mound. I want to thank the baseball writers for selecting me as the winner of this prestigious award. It's an honor to be back here, and it's something I'll never take for granted. After last year's dinner, I told AJ the same time next year, but I didn't really know it would become a reality. Skip, for the sake of superstition and a three-peat, let's go ahead and keep the same plan for a year from now. In all seriousness, I never take moments like these for granted, because who knows how many times I'll be able to share the space with these people. The most important person in the room tonight is my wife. Where are you? There you are. Thank you for being who you are, for consistently pushing me to be the man, father, and husband that I'm supposed to be. Thank you for setting an example for our two boys and showing them what true unconditional love is. Though we're here to celebrate what happens on the field, the countless sacrifices you make for our family is what makes it all possible. I love you. I want to take a moment to thank some of the people that are responsible for who I am. I'll start with the Tigers. Chris Illich, the Illich family, Scott Harris, Jeff Greenberg, AJ, Fett, Lundy, Nene, Rhino, Kelly, C-Mac, Duncan, Drew, Shane, Timmy, Chi-Chi. Thank you for putting up with me on a daily basis and instilling confidence in me. It doesn't go unnoticed. To the boys at Apex, Justin, Wes, Zinger, thank you for consistently pushing me year in and year out to levels I didn't think were possible. To my family, Mom, Dad, thank you for raising me the right way and instilling me a work ethic in me and to never be satisfied. To Scott Boris and the Boris Court, thank you guys for always having my back. You guys have been there with me throughout my entire career, and I can't thank you for always taking care of me and my family. Lastly, to my teammates, thank you guys for always demanding me to push the threshold of what I'm capable of. I truly appreciate it. And a special shout out to the guys behind the plate, Dylan Dingler and Jake Rogers. Not only are you guys incredible at making sure we're prepared to win every game, but also for the way you hold me accountable. Thank you for that. We're at an incredible point in history of our great sport, and it's so humbling to stand here taking a moment to recognize my place within it. Thank you again for this honor.
All right, thank you. Baseball Writers, beautiful event. I never got to be here as a player, so it's a dream come true to finally be up here on this stage. I just want to start out by saying how humble I am to be on this stage with these great players. Congratulations on all the awards, the Rookie of the Year awards. Congrats, guys. Next year will probably be a little bit harder, but keep going. Cy Youngs, Manager of the Years. It's all amazing to be up here. And when you're asked to present an MVP award for one of your closest friends in the game, one of your best friends in life, the easy thing for me to do is to read off his stats. But I really want to talk about the player that he is and what he brings to New York. When I played in my career, former players would come back and they would ask us what type of player he was. And I learned that from a very young age. That's all guys care about when they come back. And in this game, you have to respect the hierarchy that did it before you. So now that I'm a former player, I ask Judgy what kind of players guys are, and talking to him all the time is just, it's awesome. But the type of man he is he's the most special person I've ever been around. And it starts with his parents, Patty and Wayne. You guys have done such an amazing job raising such a wonderful son. And getting to know you guys, our families are close. It's been amazing. And Sam, without you and getting to know you over all these years, without you, Aaron is not a 3-time MVP. And I mean that sincerely. You are such a rock for him, and what you bring, your steady presence is amazing. And it's been so amazing to see them welcome Nora, almost a year old now, on the 27th, and then become parents. And Aaron, you becoming a dad has been amazing. We're kind of going through fatherhood at the same time. So, and we can't forget Penny and Gus too. Playing in New York is different. As everyone knows it, when you put the pinstripes on, you're going to have good times, you're going to have bad times, and they get heavy at times. And a lot of great players, a lot of great history in the New York Yankees organization. And right behind me, who's about to accept his award, is arguably the greatest to ever put on the pinstripes. And his career, the best is yet to come in his career. The lights shine brighter, the pressure is heavier, every moment is magnified, and not everyone's built for this stage. You've seen a lot of guys fold under these big lights, and what he does every day with his selfless leadership is something that I admire. I admired it from afar, and then when I got to play with him here, it's the most incredible thing I've ever witnessed. He pours more into his teammates than anyone I've ever seen, and when you're a superstar in this game, you have to be very, very selfish to your craft. And the fact that he can make everyone from all around the world, from Latin America, from Japan, anywhere you name it, we're all together in this clubhouse for 162 games, more than we see our families. And anytime you have an interaction with Aaron Judge, he makes you feel like you're the biggest person in the room. And that's such a special feat to have as a superstar in this game. And Aaron, never change, because what you do for this game is amazing. Everyone at Yankee Stadium, the parking attendants, we walk out to the bus, people saying hi to him. It's the most amazing thing. He's a rock star everywhere he goes. And he's not hiding from anyone. He's 6'7", 280, 270. And anyone he meets, their day is better after meeting Aaron Judge. And when you show up to the park in June, July, August, when you're grinding, some little kid got tickets and is excited to see number 99 play. And every single day he takes pride in going out there and making sure that little kid or that family who's having their first experience, make sure he sees him play and is at his best. He's always learning. He's always trying to get better. He's never, ever satisfied. And whether he's 4 for 4 or 0 for 4, it's the most I've never seen someone stay so steady. I used to say, yeah, I would be that way too if I hit all these home runs and did all this stuff. But the superstars, they go through their own grind and they struggle a lot more than people think. And the way you handle everything on this stage is just absolutely incredible. All the trainers that are in there every day in the clubhouse, the bus rides, the plane rides, the hotels, everything off the field to build people up is what makes Aaron so special. Your stats are amazing. I think I'll speak for him because I know he won't. I think the ones he's probably most proud of is that 331 average. There's no cheap hits there. To win a batting title, being this big, there's no infield hits. These are all hits the hard way, as we say it, and the pitching's only getting better. Runs scored, I think it was over 130 this year, and RBIs. That's how he contributes to his teammates because at the end of the day, his most important stat is a win at the end of the day. And that's the most gratifying thing about him is that's all he cares about is winning baseball games. Tonight we honor an MVP season, but this room really knows is that baseball is better because Aaron Judge is in it. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand up. Give him a round of applause for your captain of the New York Yankees, the King of New York, Aaron Judge.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Riz. That's a lot of great stuff there, man. incredible. No cheap hits, man. I'm working on my speed. That's kind of crazy. I feel like I got some speed, so we're working on that. But nah, it's just speaking of Riz. Every time we get a new free agent, sign somebody, trade for somebody, I always like seeing what makes them special, what makes these individuals great. You know, why are we trading for them? And I go back to the first day in Miami, we just traded for Riz. You know, he's getting to know everybody, he's saying hi to everybody, this and that. So I'm watching his routine, how he takes ground balls in the cage. And then I fast forward to literally right before the game. I'm kind of watching, like, how does he prepare? Is it weight room? Is it something in the cage? And I see him, he throws on his uni, you know, filling it out, and he just does one of these and one of these, and he just runs out there. And I'm like, all right, maybe I missed something. And he goes out there, first at bat, hits a home run in Miami, 450 feet to right, and I was like, I think I'm doing this all wrong. He's got this figured out. But what I learned that day was he never forgot it was a kid's game, and just enjoy the moment. You know, be where your feet are. It's a special place to be. So it didn't matter if he was in Chicago, if he was playing for the Yankees, he was just going to enjoy the moment. So I appreciate that, Riz, a lot. Writers, I want to thank you for this event. It's incredible, you know, getting us all up here, especially our beat writers in New York. I know our travel's pretty crazy, and your guys' travel must be absolutely insane to try to catch us and share our story with the world. It means the most. Also, to all the award winners up here tonight, it's just an incredible group. You know, I've never been around so many great players. You know, even starting down there with the rookies of the years, man, it's cool to see them develop over the years. And you know, everybody up here, hopefully we see this group, you know, a couple more times over the years. I'd like to thank my wife, Samantha, for all the love and support over the years. You know, I definitely wouldn't be standing up here, like Riz said, if it wasn't for you day in and day out. You're my hitting coach when I need you, my therapist when I need you, just kind of everything. And I think giving me the greatest gift of all, which is our beautiful daughter, Nora. That's been incredible to be a father and what that's done for our life. And, you know, it didn't matter if I'm 4 for 4 or 0 for 4, coming home and seeing their smiling faces that's what it's all about. It really puts it in perspective. And I'd like to thank my parents, Wayne and Patty. You guys, every time I come home from school, go outside to play catch, hit in the cage, do something, you guys never said no. You never said, hey, you know, give me a minute, my show's on. You guys went right out there and you know, you only asked me one question, was, did you finish your homework? And I guess being a teacher never stops. So appreciate that. And one quote that I want to share with you guys that my dad would always tell me, and I look at it every day, is, if what you did yesterday still seems big today, then you haven't done anything today. And it really sticks with me, and it probably sticks with a lot of the guys up here. It's, you know, it doesn't matter if you pitch a complete game shutout, went 4 for 4 the night before, won the game for your team. You know, it's in the past. It's about what you can do today, how you're going to show up today, how you can be better today for your teammates and everybody around you. So I appreciate, you know, that hunger that you've instilled in me. My agents, Paige and David, you know, thanks for believing in me when, you know, nobody else was around. You know, you guys came all the way out to Fresno, California. I don't know how many people are coming out to Fresno, but it means a lot. Just, I could call you guys any, you know, day or night. It didn't matter. You guys always were there for me. And I want to thank the House Steinbrenner and the Steinbrenner family for believing in me all the way back in 2013 and drafting me. You know, I want to thank all my teammates, staff, training staff, all the work that we put in that nobody sees that get me ready to go on the field. That's what it's all about. And lastly, I just want to thank the fans. You know, all the fans here in New York. You guys wearing this uniform, getting a chance to represent not only the Yankees but the city of New York. It comes with high standards. You expect a lot, you demand a lot, and I think that's what brings the best out of all of us and brings the best out of me. So I just want to thank you guys, because it's a lot of you save up to come to one game. Riz kind of hit on the head. You guys save up to come to one game to watch us play, watch me play, and that's what it's about. I want to give you guys the best and put on a show for you guys. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for tonight, and God bless.